As you can see on the title, I almost got into jail because of a free rider. It all happened in my final year project. We were grouped into 4 people and assigned to finish a topic. We attended the first consultation and met the professor on Zoom. Everyone seemed nice and willing to put in the work in this project. Little did I know what was going to happen. Almost got me to jail. After the Zoom meeting, we decided to meet up 3 months after. There were only 3 of us attending this meeting. The bastard who didn't attend this meeting said he got things to do. We started discussing what we had done in the past 3 months. As we were discussing, we discovered that there was a very, very, very naughty boy who didn't do his part. We started to talk about him, discovering the fact that this very, very, very naughty boy only did the literature part in the very first proposal, which was only writing references, and he only made 2 to 3 survey questions in the past 3 months. Compared to the workload of 10 questions per each person, his work was like nothing. We asked why he did so less in the group chat. Well, and he answered us with,
"Sorry, my mom just died. I need time to recover."
Ha, ha, ha. Not gonna lie, this mother-father had me there. I trusted him. At that time, a sense of guilt rushed to my head like an uncontrollable diarrhea. It is not his fault. He needs time to move on. That's what I thought at that moment. I was still a Mr. Good Guy. And to show sympathy, we even did his part for him. However, this was where things started to get interesting. Half a month later, we decided to meet again. This time, it was only 3 of us again. He ghosted us again. Not a big deal at all. We told him to report what he had done this half a month through a group chat. This was the message he hit us with.
"My dad just died and I cannot do anything."
I couldn't believe he became an orphan within 4 months. We knew something was wrong. We knew he was lying, but we didn't have proof or his mum's contact. We didn't want to help him do his part either, like the last time. So we put pressure on him and asked, "What are you going to do with your part then?" And he dared to hit us with,
"I guess you guys need to work on it again." Haha.
with an AIDS kid emoji. I didn't know if that was a rage bait or if he really got AIDS. If you know the answer, leave your comment below. No, did he? We wrote an email and report this kid to the professor in charge. Straight away. Who would have thought that this professor was a jerk?
It's your job to solve the problem.
Nice, nice, nice. Unfortunately, the professor did not land justice on us. As a result, we had to take matter into our own hands, because game is game. We discussed for a while and came up with an idea. The idea was nothing special, just simply physically beat this free rider's ass up. We distributed our work. 1 stalked his Instagram and locate his home. 1 bought tools for the section of beating his ass up. 1 executed the plan. And I was the one who executed the plan. 3 days after the tactically strategized plan, I showed up near his house. I checked what tool my groupmate brought me, and turned out it was just a small stick. Something looked like this. As you can see, it was clearly not big enough to smash it on this free rider's ass, and it would probably not leave a mark. So, I hid in a bush and waited for him to get home. It took 2 hours before my groupmates spotted him come and alerted me with a walkie-talkie. I waited for the moment when he got close to the bush I was hiding in. 3, 2, 1. I rushed to him and whooped that huge stick on his ass.
"Ah! My ass hurts!"
He fell and yelled. Looking at him curling up out of ass pain, I feel relieved. Justice was finally served. As he suffered from the blow of my stick, I took the chance to interrogate him. "Your mum and dad dead, huh? You think I am stupid?" However, He didn't say a word, just simply took out the ashes of his dead dad and mum from his pocket.
Hell, nah, I was telling the truth.
He cried. I took a look at the ashes. Damn, it was really his mum and dad. That's when I knew I messed up. How did I not fact-check it before beating his ass? Why am I so stupid? What should I do to make it up for him? In order to make up for him, I put on a smile on my face and offered, "Here is my last $10 in my wallet. Take it and don't call the cops on me." Unfortunately, even with my kind attitude and my great offer, he continued yelling out of his ass pain. The noise drew attention from others, and people started to accumulate. He saw how many people were there and started a drama. He pulled down his pants and screamed.
Don't let him go! This guy beat my ass. Look at the mark he left.
I panicked and tried to run away. Yet I got stopped by the public, and eventually the cops arrived and escorted both of us to the police station. I got detained and investigated for 2 whole hours in the police station. It was the most painful 2 hours in my entire life. I didn't drink and eat in these 2 hours. It was an abuse, and it was not humanized. I did not deserve that. At the end, I and the free rider agreed on a $20 settlement, and he would not pursue any legal action after giving him the $20. It was originally $30, but I bargained it down to $20 because I said I was broke.